Okay, moving on, the next shelf starts with the Misc. This is a 2-disc edition. Comes with a bonus DVD with a lot of very cool, insightful special features. There was no black and white version on there though, but I guess if you want to, you can just sort of desaturate your television. Should work. Anyway, moving on, we got a Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake, which is not good by any stretch, but I sort of had to have it anyway. I kind of like the cast. I like Rooney Mara, I like Jackie Earle Haley, and I think it had some really cool special effects going at least, but other than that, it's a very crappy film. The original 7 Nightmare on Elm Street films from the UK. I have seen all 7 by now, and they look pretty good actually. I don't want to say fantastic, but it's I think it's a decent upgrade from the DVD versions. So check that out if you can. Oceans is a French nature film. It's not a documentary, it's more of a film, but it's beautiful, very thoughtful, very insightful about our planet and what we are doing to it by buying these cheapo Blu-ray cases. Oh dear. Anyway, moving on, Orphan, very cool. I love those kind of psychological but violent films. The Others, very, very spooky film starring Nicole Kidman. Pinocchio, I started with sort of the Disney classics when I was picking up Blu-rays, and what's more classic than Pinocchio, right? No, but seriously, Disney have done beautiful restorations on these, and they're very insightful, and I think people of all ages and all genders and all, no matter who you are, these are films that should appeal to you for some reason. Life, Planet Earth, more nature documentary stuff. Pontypool, a Canadian film. Nice twist on the zombie genre. Very clever, and it's really, really spooky. I saw this by myself, a dark night, about a year ago or two. I was seriously spooked out of my mind, so that's kind of rare, I think. A classic, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho, of course, the original version. I think they did I'm pretty sure they did a nice remastering job for Blu-ray for this one, and I hear that they remixed the sound for complete DTS surround, so that should be interesting to hear. Public Enemy starring Johnny Depp, cool flick. Pulp Fiction, the UK edition. We've actually had Pulp Fiction in Sweden on Blu-ray for quite some time now, but we never had the cool remastered version with all the special features, so got it from the UK with a slip, and I love that it says director approved on the cover. There's sort of a sticker there where it says Quentin Tarantino director approved edition. That's nice. See, Rambo, the trilogy box set. It was very cheap and very cool, stacked with special features as well, so I couldn't resist. And that meant, of course, that I had to pick up the 4th one, Rambo, also known as John Rambo. Yeah, nice collection. I'm a big fan of, especially Rambo First Blood Part 2 is probably my favorite. That film is absurd. I love it. Rango, starring Johnny Depp. I think it won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, so yay, go Rango. I just like a film that's sort of non-Pixar. Something that sort of goes against the grain and does something very sort of out there and interesting. It's not really a film for kids, it's more of a, I don't know how to explain it, but it's, yeah, give it a look, it's very cool. Salt. This is the Steelbook edition. I was able to secure this right before they got sold out. It wasn't too cheap, but it was around retail price, I think, so I thought it was just so cool that I knew I had to have this. Saving Private Ryan, classic World War II film. 7, probably my favorite thriller of all time. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. You may laugh again, but I honestly think that this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful film of a great, beautiful, beautiful edition, I should say, of a great film, and everyone should have this in their collection. This is like cinema history right here, and they did such a great job on this, with all the insightful documentaries and the remastering and everything. The Social Network, David Fincher again. A very clever film, it moves at a very high pace. Star Trek, the J.J. Abrams film, I really like that one. Nice pace to it, nice action, very funny. Stranger, starring Liv Tyler, pretty creepy thriller. Super 8, again J.J. Abrams, Attack of the Lens Flare. Pretty cool. It doesn't quite mesh as well as it should, I think, but still very nice film. Supernatural, the complete seasons 1 through 5 on Blu-ray. I think they're airing season 7 now, if I'm not mistaken. And I've seen about half of that, so I need to catch up with the other half sometime. I think there's gonna be, or has been, an even bigger box set than this. So check that out if you're a fan. Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber from Fleet Street, or off Fleet Street, I should say. It's one of my favorite collaborations between Johnny Depp and Tim Burton. Just really, really stark, beautiful, beautiful musical. Taxi Driver. This is the collector's edition. I did not get my hands on the limited edition, which was sold right when this was new, but they're doing these new collector's editions, at least in the UK, which are really cool. It's got these, they've all got these white covers with this golden embossed lettering on them. So, and the film looks really beautiful, and you've got all the special features on there. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I bought this film, I think this is at least the 4th time I bought this in probably like 2 years or something. Yeah, long story, but yeah. This should be the definitive edition, shouldn't it? At least until there's a new format. The Thing, yeah. This is the classic 1982 John Carpenter version with the new slipcover. Gotta have that one. Kurt Russell probably does one of his best performances ever. And this is, I picked this up just recently. It's the new prequel to The Thing. You see what happened to the Norwegians, and I really like this one actually. I thought it was really cool. I know it's CGI and all, but I still think they did a really great job at capturing the atmosphere of the original film and tying them together. So now I kind of consider these two sort of one long film, if that makes any sense. Transformers 2-disc special edition. The first one is, I know it's really intrepid, like it's so poorly written and so ghastly acted, and yet Megan Fox and Shia LaBeouf running around there. But still, I think the first one, if any, is still a really cool action film. Really epic, and you gotta love the great CGI in this. Trick or Treat has become a Halloween staple of recent years. Really sort of a cult film. Check that one out if you haven't seen it yet. Great Halloween tradition. Tron Legacy. I love Tron Legacy. It was so unexpected, so epic, so beautiful, so dark, and I just really love the score by Daft Punk in there. Triangle, starring Melissa George. Yeah, pretty clever sort of thriller. Not so much a horror film perhaps, but more of a thriller. Really sort of interesting premise, and yeah, fairly unexpected story. Sleeping Beauty, 50th anniversary edition. This is probably my favorite Disney film of all time. It's such a beautiful film. It's absurd. I mean, every single frame of this film could hang in an art museum without question. Valkyrie, starring Tom Cruise. I know Tom Cruise has a way of sort of infiltrating history, but I still think Bryan Singer did a really good job on this, considering the fact that everybody knows what's going to happen in the end, but you're still sort of at the edge of your seat throughout the whole film. The Road, starring Viggo Mortensen. Really poetic, beautiful film. I also read the book recently, and the book was also really brilliant. Very straight to the point, very poignant, very beautiful, very, very sad as well. But still a great film. Worth a watch, but get some tissues if you're going to watch that one. Next up is Walk the Line. I think it's extended version on Blu-ray. I've not seen that yet, but it's one of my favorite drama films. So when I saw it cheap on Blu-ray, I could not resist. When You're Strange, a film about the Doors, documentary about the Doors. As I said, I'm a huge fan of the Doors. Recently got both of their box sets. Brilliant film, beautiful narration by Johnny Depp. And I think this is very accessible to anyone who's a rock and roll fan or a music fan or a Doors fan at all. Like you can watch this with your kids or with your neighbors or with your friends or with anybody. The Wild Bunch, yeah, I watched this one just yesterday. It was cheap and it was a classic western. I'm sort of starting to collect a few westerns here and there. Yeah, it was pretty good. Probably not the very best I've seen, but still worth a look. Didn't have too much going on story-wise, plot-wise perhaps, but did have some nice bloody action sequences. Next up is Within Temptation, the Black Symphony concert. Really epic symphonic metal